Front splits training might be the key to unlocking your lower back. For many years, I suffered from an L4, L5, S1 disc injury, and I was told to literally just strengthen my lower back more because that's what I was weakened, my lower back. That's why I got injured. But little did I know that the problem was coming from the opposite side of my lower back, my front of my hip, the hip flexors, psoas major, the muscle group that connects your hip literally to your spine. It is the deepest core muscle, and many people never train it through a stretch position. You may do leg raises in the gym. You might do some sort of exercise for the hip flexors, maybe. It's very uncommon actually, but most people never train it through its full range of motion. So this is how you can get started doing that. You start with your front heel pointed up, so you have your toes pointed up, your heel's on the ground, and your toes are kicking into the ground this way. Now technically I'm already in the position, so this would be very easy. And as I continuously widen my stance, it gets harder and harder and harder, and I feel a stretch at my front of my hip. So you want to get to the point, and by the way, just to mention, you should have a support on both sides of you. So, 2 blocks. I only have one support just because I'm trying to demonstrate this exercise, but you want to continue widening out, making sure you have the support to spot you. Never do this exercise without a spot. And you want to keep widening. The key here is to think about pull my heel towards me and kick with my back leg, keeping this glute squeezed. That's the key right there. That's going to lock in the stretch and make sure that you feel the correct muscles working. So from here, you just want to hold this for 3 sets of 30 seconds. Okay, on both sides, obviously. So when you're done with this side, you work the opposite side. And when you're done, you can just put your knee on the floor like this and get out of it safely. I'd recommend doing that 1 to 3 times a week for 3 to 5 sets of 30 seconds per side. Remember, this is the most important exercise for your lower back, not directly training your lower back first, because this muscle, if it's tight, it will pull your pelvis into anterior pelvic tilt. And every time you do a deadlift or you do a back extension or whatever you're doing in the gym, you're going to be limited in how you can use your glutes muscles and extend your hip, right? If I'm tight in the front side of my hip right here, I literally cannot use my glute muscles to extend my hip, and it's going to dump into the lower back. And not to mention the anterior pelvic tilt. You ever see people walk around who have anterior pelvic tilt? They have compression in their lower back, and that causes all sorts of problems. The nerves get compressed, and that causes pain. So this is something that's going to help posteriorly tilt the pelvis and release some of that tension so you don't have that pain. And for me, this was the key, not training my lower back. That was not the key until later. This was the first step that I took to actually free up my lower back. No one ever told me to do this. I had to find it on my own. But this was the key for me, and it allowed me to train things like back extensions, going heavy on those, Jefferson curls, all that stuff. It allowed me to get back to that, but it wasn't by skipping areas that people skip nowadays. You never see people do this kind of stuff because we're not told to do it. So I'm telling you, please do this. It will help you. And if it does help you, please leave a comment or write me a message letting me know that it helped you.